Shit they don't tell you before becoming a parent. Let other human beings love your child. And I know that might sound weird if you're not a parent because it's something I never thought of before becoming a parent. And you think, no shit, I'm gonna let other people do that. But with my first, I had so much postpartum anxiety that I think that really stood in the way of allowing me in the beginning to let people in. But I think this is so important for two reasons. Now, I have a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old. And so I'm speaking about the toddler because she's obviously older and more developed. So I think it's really important for the child because life is all about connection and relationship. And so to see my child building relationships with other human beings is such a gift. It is so cool to see these other humans love her, but to see her building those relationships, that's a skill. And that's something that makes us feel value as humans. And I can see that in her. And it's so cool. And not only just like loved ones and family members and close friends who have become aunties and uncles, which has been so cool. But even people that were strangers to us before she was born. She started daycare at 5 months old, and the one daycare worker is like family to my daughter and stayed here in our home while I was having my scheduled C-section with my second. And that blows my mind that my daughter created such a close bond with her and loves her so much. And we didn't even know her before my daughter was born. And so I think those relationships are so important for our children to see that there are other good people in the world that they can trust outside of the mother and father relationship. And then secondly, I think it's so important for you as the parent, because I can't tell you how many parents I've chatted with that will say, oh, we haven't had a date night because our kid won't go to sleep, for anyone else but us. And this is no judgment or shame to any parent because I know all children are vastly different and some are going to be more kind of clingy and needy than others. But I will say that I do think there's a fine line of exposing your children to other people too. And, the whole nature versus nurture conversation. But from the get-go, we, had people in our life that we trusted and it was really hard with our first. I had so much postpartum anxiety. So we'd be out on a date night, right? And then I'm checking the monitor the whole time. But I do think it's important to challenge yourself to let other people love your little humans because they will go to sleep for other people, right? They can do that. And the more that they understand that they're loved by others, that's a big win. And then for you to realize that other people can care for your children and love your children. And that gives you time to connect with your partner. That gives you time for your mental health. And that could be a whole nother video. But I think there's just so much beauty that comes out of letting other people love your children. Comment below your experience with exposing your kiddos to other humans and watching those relationships bloom.